What is up, Scrub fam? I am back. It's been a while. It's been a while. My life has changed a lot. With work, my schedule's different, so now I don't get off till later in the evening, and then I still have to go to the gym and stuff to get these gains. And of course, as you can see, I had a few minutes because my dogs are eating their dinner, and I was just cleaning my apartment, and I've been talking to a lot of people about the metagame itself and how the game's going to evolve going to Indianapolis and what the deck would be to play. And everyone I'm talking to in my circle of friends is kind of agreeing on like what we think would be the play for this weekend. So before I get started, let me go ahead and give a shout out to Bearded Collectibles, best sponsor on the absolute freaking planet. Alec Pastrani's amazing shop owner, has a great community down in his shop in Florida. Go play some Fighter Z, go play some Dragon Ball Super. Just get to the store if you're in Florida. And otherwise, if your local is not supporting you, support the beard. Make sure you get your product. Make sure you get these new expansion packs because these are incredibly important when it comes to the format going forward. And so, yeah, Bearded Collectibles, that's the place where you should go. Otherwise, I'm sorry, again, I apologize for being away for so long, but it sounds pretty bad because I'm about to ask you to do something. If you have friends, family, whatever, get them to subscribe. They're doing this silly thing where if I don't get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of February, I'm going to lose all monetization, so that's the help that you guys give me to be able to purchase cards and things like that. And of course, just it helps me out. If you guys enjoy my content, subscribe. I'd appreciate it. But anyway, so enough rambling about things that aren't really important to you, and so you can watch the video that's here. We're currently 1 minute and 42 seconds in. I'll put that timestamp. No, I'm not. I'm not going to put the timestamp. Why would I do that? That's too helpful. But anyway, so let's talk about Indianapolis. Talk about the metagame. So, public enemy number 1, or 1A, 1B. So 1A, 1B is Vegeta and Soul Striker Goku, right? So going to this weekend, whatever deck you're playing, whether if it's playing one of those decks or whether it's playing something different, if you want to try and counter the metagame, then you have to be prepared for them. And so Vegeta, we're looking at the variants of blue-green, blue-red, both aggressive, both really not really focused on battle cards, but really more so focused on leader-based attacks with just some supporting cards and, easy to access removal like Sun Goten, Family of Justice, and Unyielding Spirit Trunks, Senzu Bean, just to allow them to be able to spam multiple attacks, go real big, push you from 8 to 7 to 5 to 3 to 2 to 0 as quickly as possible. And so this deck, if you're preparing for this deck or you think this is something that you need to be worried about, so if you're a Soul Striker player, which most people are, this is your worst matchup in the entire game. So what do you need to do? Well, you need to make sure you have a plan, whether if it's in game 1 or if it's going to be post-sideboard. Make sure you have a plan. There's a lot of people that have different approaches to the matchup itself. Some people may disagree with me, but I think the matchup is, if you're a Soul Striker, is really about making sure that you can make the game go as long as possible. So you just want to survive the game. So post-sideboard, or even if it's your main board, make sure you're running stuff like Jocko's. Make sure you have those Sun Gotens. My sideboard plan for Richmond worked out really well with the 2 extra negates, the 2 Piccolos, the 3 Piccolos, the 2 Gohans, and then the Gotens, as well as the Whis blockers would all get sided in, and I would side out objection. So I would take away my energy ramp, but at the same time, I would just fill my deck with just more cards that I can 1 combo with. 2, I have blockers that are meaningful, so causing my opponent to have to deal with them or have to swing into them. And the extra negates just buy you that extra time so your opponent just can't access crit. And then, of course, you still want to keep your results of training in the deck because you need them. So think of that matchup that way. So going into the event, if you're worried about Vegeta as Soul Striker, think about those things. Other people playing against Vegeta, if you're Mecha Frieza, your strategy is the same thing. You have to make the game go long, and you also have to not be so liberal with your life total. You have to be a little bit more conservative and force them to kind of play into you, because the moment you can get to 5 energy against Vegeta, a lot of the time you're going to see yourself starting to have an advantage. So that's the magic number. Get yourself to 5 energy if you're playing as Frieza, but of course that matchup is pretty unfavorable, so your sideboard plan has to be mostly dedicated to it. And so that's one of the benefits of playing Vegeta this weekend, or playing Vegeta in general, is that your strategy is something that your opponent has to react to. They have to react to you. Whereas if you're playing another deck, like, your opponent has ways to interact with you, and so it's really hard when somebody's trying to close the game on you in 4 turns and you just don't draw right. So you need to be prepared for those matchups. And so Vegeta is another it's a safe call. It's a really good deck. All you have to do is grind a bunch of games with it, figure out a solid list, whether if you want to copy, Marcel's from Richmond, even though I know that him and PPG are going to be, they're always 1 week ahead. And so if you're playing Blue-Red this week, you're a week behind. So you need to kind of think about what the next step would be, but maintaining, of course, aggro. And then with the new Overwhelm cards, Vegeta has access to Time Patrol Trunks, Mira, Mass Saiyan at will. Mira has been insane in testing with Vegeta because it's just a free 20k crit attacker that your opponent can't expect. So you can have 3 open energy, play Mira for free, swing with Mira, and still have a Champa to be able to crit with. So there's a lot of stuff going on there, and so that's why Vegeta is just a really good pick right now. If we look at Soul Striker, which is 1B, Soul Striker is just it's the same deck as before, which we know. It's just being really energy efficient once we get to 5+ energy and being awakened. But at the same time now, with the Overwhelm cards, you have the ability to make 3 plays per turn as opposed to 2, which is incredibly strong. But from my testing and what I've seen, the Overwhelm format has made Soul Striker a little bit worse because now a lot of people can play the same game as him and do it earlier in the game and to gain advantages. And so being able to present multiple threats or play multiple removal spells per turn, like that's how you catch up to Soul Striker. Because a lot of times most decks were just falling behind because they can only play 1 removal spell per turn. Whereas now you have your removal plus you have Mass Saiyan that you can play 2. And so now you're getting 2 spells per turn. And so Soul Striker, definitely down a peg this week, but still a incredibly safe choice. Make sure you have, again, your sideboard needs to be dedicated towards Vegeta. That's going to be your worst matchup. And then, of course, your mirror prep. How are you going to break the mirror? And so think about those things when you're going into this weekend. Next would be 2, which I think 2 right now, instead of 1A, 1B, we are looking at like number 2 in this format is going to be, I personally think androids are still a really safe and really good call. They're a hard deck to interact with, and they run the Cell Engine, which the Cell Engine, with Vegeta being one of the top, if not the top deck in the metagame, the Cell Engine, it becomes more and more important. And so androids, whether if it's red-green, whether if it's green-black, whatever you want to do to kind of abuse those things, it's great. And what's awesome about androids is, of course, they flip early, so you're going to start gaining card advantage, and you're going to have to combo anyway because you're only at 10k. You're going to fill up your discard pile really quickly so you can access Overwhelm. So make sure you've been testing Overwhelm with androids and also testing against it too, because androids is just a hard matchup to play against a lot of the time. And so if you're planning on playing against androids, make sure you have Sun Gotenks in the sideboard in the main deck so you can deal with those threats without having to invest a ton of energy. And then, of course, just be prepared for what's coming. After that, we have the Mecha Frieza builds. Mecha Frieza is still a great deck, but I think Overwhelm made it significantly worse because now your opponent can't bloodlust everything. And now every deck has the ability to play multiple threats per turn that do something and are meaningful. So that's Jackson. He's snorting. He does that all the time. Poor guy. But anyway, so Overwhelm makes Bloodlust slightly worse. So he makes Bloodlust slightly worse. So all my Mecha Frieza lists right now that I've been building myself, I've been running 4 Bloodlust and 4 Crusher Ball. Crusher Ball it's always been great, but now more than ever, you need a secondary answer. And so, Jesus, you need a secondary answer for creatures that your opponent can play. So Crusher Ball and Cold Bloodlust, I like running 4 and 4 in the Mecha Frieza decks going forward. Not just sideboard, but in the main deck, because everyone's doing the multiple threats per turn thing now, so you just have to be prepared for it. And so that's things that you need to take into account going into this weekend and going to this meta game that we're looking at and the way things are falling in and falling into place. So decks that you should think about playing if you haven't already thought about. Cell leader based decks. When a format becomes all about playing multiple things per turn, you need to have access to removal at all points in the game, and why not play a leader that facilitates that itself? So, Cell Leader is extremely well positioned right now. I hope not too many people watch this video, because Cell Leader is extremely well positioned right now, and I have North Carolina coming up at the end of the month, and that's an event I'm going to be going to. And I'm not saying that it's a deck that I'm going to be playing, but it might be a deck that I'm going to be playing. No spoilers, though. No spoilers. But so I'd highly recommend taking a look at Cell Leader if you already have it. The Cell Union Force Chain, or if you just want to play Cell mid-range decks, those decks are really strong right now. They're really well positioned because of the leader. And again, you have access to Overwhelm too, and Cell helps facilitate it on its backside by just dumping 2 cards in the discard pile to be able to give you more stuff to delve with. So Cell, a great choice. Also, leaders that can manipulate the discard pile. Trunks is really strong this week. If you can, figure out your Cell matchup and not lose to the perfect horse Cell with Trunks, then I think you have a really good place in the metagame right now yourself if you're playing Trunks. Trunks can access Overwhelm just as good, if not better, than anybody that's in the metagame right now. I have a Trunks build myself that I've been playing a lot of, and it just fills up the discard pile so quickly and just abuses the heck out of Mass Saiyan, Mira, as well as Time Patrol Trunks. So be able to check that out too. So if it were me, if I were playing something this weekend, would I be playing this weekend? I would play Cell. Hands down, just because, like I said, we're getting to a world where removal is I mean, it already was king, but now all decks have access to multiple threats, so having that additional removal per turn is something that your opponent can interact with, and that's always helpful. So play a leader that's going to be able to facilitate strategy for you. If you're looking to play aggressive, if you're looking to put your opponent on the back foot and make them react to you, play Vegeta. And if you're looking for a deck that's just going to be 50-50 against everything and you have a shot to win every single game, highly recommend Soul Striker. And if you're looking for a deck that doesn't have to interact with the opponent to win, or the opponent really can't interact with you, Androids is a really great strategy to play. Androids is a great deck to get you to day 2. I don't think you're going to win the event with Androids, but I think it can get you to day 2 if that's what you're looking to, if that's what your goals are. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm sorry for the break, but life's been crazy. I'm working on getting better at it. I got to go take my dogs outside because they just ate dinner and they want to go to the bathroom. But anyway, you guys are amazing. Please, if you get a chance, please subscribe to the channel. I hope this video helps you as much as it helps me talking to you about these thoughts that I have out loud, because also, if you guys didn't know, I don't edit my videos. This is all just one shot, one take. So thank you guys so much for all the positive feedback, and you guys help me deliver my message each week. Every other week, whenever it happens. But anyway, please be sure to subscribe to 3XG Productions. Please be sure to check out Team Bearded, beardedcollectibles.com. Get yourself some apparel. 3XG shirts with scrub brim on the back. Those shirts are still available. Get yourself one if you want one. If not, it's cool. I appreciate you either way. Again, thank you guys so much for everything you do for me. Hashtag bless up. Good luck in Indy. Okay, bye.